Shell. Outside for Simpson. Kylie Corfage almost got to it, not successful. And point for the Bruins. Grace Powers checks in on the front line as libero Kelsey Brangers goes to the line to serve. 2 serving 1. Sydney Jones to Corfage for Ingles. Blocked at the net by Steele and Powers. Brangers got to it. Lands keeps it alive, and now Shell to send it over. McLean to Corfage. Going to be a double hit and a point for the Bruins. Brangers back to the line. 3 serving 1. Sydney Jones to Corfage, trying to dump it over. Shell got to that one, sets it up for Brangers. Brangers right at the net. It goes over as it looked like John Harden was expecting Tori Steele to hit it. She didn't. It fell right in front of him. 4 serving 1. Down the line, dug by McLean. Ingles gets it over. Powers. Now Shell outside for Simpson. That's going to go off the front line and another point for the Bruins. 3 consecutive points now on the serve of Brangers. 5 serving 1. McLean to Corfage. To the center tip out. Simpson sent it right back. Brangers to Shell for Steele. Steele dug out there by Kylie Corfage. Ingles too many hits into the net. A point for the Bruins. 6 serving 1. To the back line, McLean got to it. Kelsey Corfage, this can be a double hit. Seven serving 1. With that, Coach Hampton going to take their first timeout. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can always search our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Coming into the night for the Bulldogs, they are 2-1 in 17th District play, while the Bruins come in 1-0 in 17th District play. Back to action, Kelsey Brangers at the service line, 7 serving 1. McLean to Kelsey Corfage for Ingles. Tipped at the line, not being able to picked up by the Bruins. Point for the Bulldogs as Autumn Ridge will go to the line to serve, 2 serving 7. They let that go, it goes long. And that'll send Allie Simpson to the line as Ella Lewis checks in for the Bruins. Sydney Jones sends it to the middle to Ingles. Ridge not going to be able to get it over from the back line. Point for the Bruins. 9 serving 2. To Sydney Jones, Ridge to the middle, sent over by the Bulldogs. Lewis to Simpson, back to Lewis, blocked at the net, Brangers digs it out. Lewis now, Simpson for Steele. It goes wide, just trying to float one in there. A point for the Bulldogs as Sydney Jones will go to the line to serve, 3 serving 9. Lands up to Simpson for Steele. Steele goes across. Sydney Jones gets to it. Kelsey Corfage Tracks it down. Now to be Autumn Ridge trying to send it over from the back line. Not able to, and a point for the Bruins. Janice Harrington and Caitlin Bowles back into the lineup for the Bruins. Bowles will go to the line to serve. Ten serving 3. That one floats long. The service fault. Service and point back over to the Bulldogs. This will be Emma Ingles to the line to serve 4, serving 10. Brangers to the middle to Simpson. Back across for Lewis. That will go long. And the official's going to say it was tipped at the net. So it'll be a point for the Bruins. And that'll be Nelson checking back into the lineup. Caroline Pruitt goes back to the front line as Nelson to serve. 11 serving 4. Ridge to Kelsey Corfidge for Jones. Jones sends it over. And a little miscommunication between the Bruins. As Grace Powers checks back into the lineup for the Bruins and then is replaced by the libero Kelsey Brangers. Erica McLean now to the line, 5 serving 11. Bowles up to Simpson. Across for Harrington. Dug there by the Bulldogs. Corfidge going to keep it in play. Sarah Jones sends it over. Simpson now for Lewis, just trying to dump it in. Dug out. Corfidge gets it back to the net, and Sarah Jones unable to get it over on the third hit. And it'll be a point for the Bruins. Emma Shell back into the lineup for the Bruins as Destiny Shorter back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. 12 serving 5. So by Corfidge. Sarah Jones blocked at the net. Shell sets up for Simpson. Simpson gets that one as it catches the tape. Falls on the other side. Point for the Bruins. 13 serving 5. Ingles up to Kelsey Corfidge. Outside for Ridge. Touched at the net. Harrington digs it out. Bowles sends it back to the net for Simpson. Dump over. Ridge gets to it. Kelsey Corfidge outside for Sydney Jones. Back line to Brangers. Shell sets up for Simpson. Dug out by the Bulldogs, but not able to get it back over the net. Point for the Bruins. 14 serving 5. Floater. Ridge gets to it. Kelsey Corfidge going to set up there for Sarah Jones. Bowles from the back line to Shell. Shell going to send it across for Simpson. And that one catches the back line. It's a big kill from Simpson. Shell back to the line, 15 serving 5. Shorter to Ridge. Now Sydney Jones sends it over to the back line. Bowles up to Shell. Back for Harrington. Harrington trying to dump it in. Sydney Jones gets there. Corfidge now to be Ingles who sends it over. Bowles up to Shell. Bump set there for Simpson. Blocked at the net by Jones and Corfidge. Point for the Bulldogs. And it'll be Kelsey Corfidge back to the line. 6 serving 15. Bowles up to Shell. Set in the center. That was for Pruitt. And that goes wide. Good point for the Bulldogs. 7 serving 15. Bowles, and that'll be an ace by Corfidge. Bowles caught that one low on her arms, and so an ace for Corfidge. 8 serving 15. That one will go long. Point for the Bruins. Alex Lands and Tori Steele quickly off the Bruin bench. Lands will go to the service line. 16 serving 8. Miscommunication on the Bulldog side as two Bulldogs let it go between them, and an ace for Lands. 17 serving 8. Little floater got the top of the net. Jones saves it. They're going to have a double hit on the Bulldogs. As Lands floated that one over, it caught the top of the net. Sydney Jones able to slide and get to it. Bulldogs unable to get it back over. 18 serving 8. Corfage sends it over. Simpson there just to get a quick kill. And Coach Hampton going to take his second timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. HeTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. For the Bruins, their next game will be Tuesday night as they will travel to North Hardin. And then on Thursday night, they travel to Elizabethtown next Thursday night. For the Bulldogs this weekend, they're going to play in the Hilliard Lions Fall Classic at E-Town. They have games scheduled at 10, noon, and 2 o'clock on Saturday. Back to action here. Alex Lands at the service line, 19 serving 8. Down the line to Ingles. Kelsey Corfage there, sets to the middle. Unable to get it out to one of the hitters. And a point for the Bruins. 20 serving 8. Ridge to Kelsey Corfage to the center. It's knocked over there by Ridge. Shell to Brangers for Steele. Steele goes across court. It goes wide. A point for the Bulldogs. Kylie Corfage checks back in. She'll go to the service line. 9 serving 20. Brangers up to Shell. Sets back for Steele. Off the front line and hits the ground, and a kill for Tori Steele. Grace Powers back into the lineup for the Bruins as Kelsey Brangers goes to the line to serve. 21 serving 9. Kelsey Corfage for Ingles, and she gets the kill there as it goes off the front line for the Bruins. Erica McLean checks back in for the Bulldogs. Autumn Ridge goes to the line to serve. Land sends it up. Shell's going to get called for going under the net. Net violation. Point for the Bulldogs. An ace for Ridge. 11 serving 21. Brangers up to Shell for Simpson. And that's in. A point for the Bruins. Ella Lewis checking in for the Bruins. Allie Simpson now to the line, 22 serving 11. Allie Corfage got to that one. Sydney Jones sends it back into play. Kelsey Corfage over the net. Lands to Simpson for Lewis. Dug out there by the Bulldogs. Lands back to Simpson now for Steele. Steele did a very good job of staying in the air as the set looked a little bit higher than she was expecting. Gets the kill. Simpson back to the line. 23, serving 11. Ridge to Corfage for Sydney Jones. She sends it back line to Lands. Up to Simpson. Cross for Lewis. Down the line. It's wide, and it'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Sydney Jones now to the line. 12, serving 23. Lands to Simpson for Brangers. McLean going to send it right back over. Sydney Jones then got to it. Now McLean again, not able to get that one down the line. Point for the Bruins. Janice Harrington and Caitlin Bowles back into the lineup for the Bruins, and it'll be Bowles going to the line to serve. 24, serving 12. This will be game point in game number 1. That goes wide. Point for the Bulldogs. Emma Ingalls will go to the line. Sarah Jones checks back in on the front line for the Bulldogs. That goes wide, and so game number 1 will go to the Bruins. 25 to 13. Now they will switch sides and have a 3-minute break. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable, unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2. Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can always search our past broadcasts. On our YouTube channel, just search HCEC-TV. Reminder of our schedule for tomorrow night and then next week. Tomorrow night it'll be football action as the 0-1 Elizabethtown Panthers travel north to take on the North Hardin Trojans at 1-1. Scheduled kickoff time is 7:30. It'll be Paul Gray and Dan Robbins on the call tomorrow night. They'll come on a few minutes before 7:30 with the pregame show. So we're going to head to game number 2. And it will be Central Hardin who will serve first. The officials checking over everything. And Michelle will go to the line to start the service for the Bruins. Caitlin Bowles, Kelsey Brangers, Allie Simpson, Caroline Pruitt, and Janice Harrington on the court for the Bruins. For the Bulldogs, Emma Ingalls, Autumn Ridge, Sarah Jones, Sydney Jones, Kelsey Corfage, and Destiny Shorter. With it looks like Kylie Corfage set to check in as a libero. Michelle to the line, 0 serving 0. We start game number 2. Kylie Corfish gets to that one, shorter, and try to keep it in, not able to get it back. Shell back to the line, 1 serving 0. A floater, shorter, gets to it, gets it over the net. But right there is Allie Simpson for the kill. Off the bench, Erica McLean will check in for the Bulldogs. 2 serving 0. Ridge, Sydney Jones back to Ridge. Ridge sends it back line, it's long. Point for the Bruins. 3 serving 0. McLean to Kelsey Corfidge for Jones. Bowles got to it. Shell unable to get to as it lands out. Point for the Bulldogs. Kelsey Corfidge to the line to serve. 1 serving 3. Corfidge goes back line. It's too long. Point and serve back over to the Bruins as Alex Lands and Tori Steele check in for Central Hardin. Lands will go to the service line. 4 serving 1. Ridge up to Kelsey Corfidge. Outside for Sydney Jones. Lands up to Shell. Outside for Simpson. It's dug out, but that'll go wide. Point for the Bruins. 5 serving 1. Autumn Ridge to Kelsey Corfidge for Sarah Jones. Dug out by Lands to Shell. Back sets for Steele. Steele just able to get it over the net. As it looked like she mishit it slightly as it got off her fingertips, but it clears the net. It's on the Bulldog side and a point for the Bruins. 6 serving 1. Sydney Jones, Kelsey Corfidge back for Ridge. Blocked at the net, dug out by Sydney Jones. Corfidge going to send it over. Bringers got to it, Shell a little on it. Steele not enough, and a point for the Bulldogs. Kylie Corfidge to the line to serve. Emma Ingalls off the bench to the front line for the Bulldogs. 2 serving 6. Bringers to Shell. Back for Steele. That's in on the back line. Point for the Bruins. Grace Powers checks back in for Central Hardin. Kelsey Bringers to the line. 7 serving 2. Sydney Jones to Kelsey Corfidge for Ridge. Ridge not able to get that one over the net. Point for the Bruins. 8 serving 2. That's been ace by Bringers. McLean not able to get much on that one as it was hard and low. 9 serving 2. That'll go long. Point for the Bulldogs. It'll be Autumn Ridge that goes back to the line. Destiny Shorter going to check in. 3 serving 9. Bringers up to Shell. Back for Simpson, just dumps it over. Ridge to Kelsey Corfidge for Sydney Jones. She'll send it to the back line to Bringers. Up to Shell, back sets for Steele, just trying to dump it in. Sydney Jones to it. Kelsey Corfidge now for Shorter as Shell dives for it. Bringers hits it up. Simpson gonna go back line, it's in. A good rally by both sides. Point for the Bruins. Ella Lewis back into the lineup. So Allie Simpson will go to the service line. 10, serving 3. Ridge, Kelsey Corfridge just gets it over with one hand. Simpson going to try to dump it in. Ingles there to send it back. Brangers now for Lewis. Back line to Ridge, up to Kelsey Corfridge, trying to dump it over. Dug out by Brangers. Simpson back for steal. It's going to go off a couple of Bulldogs. And it will be a point for the Bruins. 11, serving 3. Ridge up to Kelsey Corfridge. Short set there. Ingles was moving more towards the net. That was behind her. Tried to get it over, not successful. Point for the Bruins. 12, serving 3. Ridge not able to get very much on that one as it knuckled over the net. Ace for Simpson. 13, serving 3. Judy Lee checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Lee gets it hit to her. She'll get it to Kylie Corfridge, up to Kelsey Corfridge, over. Brangers up to Simpson for steal. And that again will go off a couple of Bulldogs and be a point for the Bruins. 14, serving 3. Lee to Kelsey Corfridge for Sydney Jones. Blocked at the net, dug out by Ingles. Joust at the net, won by the Bruins. Lee gets it to Corfridge. She'll send it over to Brangers. Up to Simpson. Sets for Lewis. Tipped at the net. Lee digs it out. Corfridge for Shorter. I'm going to say 4 hits as the ball did not clearly clear the net. Point for the Bruins. 15, serving 3. And that will be an ace as that goes off of Sydney Jones. Autumn Ridge back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Simpson to serve, 16, serving 3. To Ridge, Kelsey Corfridge over to Brangers. Brangers to Simpson, back for Steele. Steele goes back line, unable to be dug out. Point for the Bruins, 17, serving 3. That'll go long. Point for the Bulldogs. That'll send Sydney Jones to the line. 4, serving 17. Down the line to Land. Up to Simpson. Sets in the middle for Powers. Dumps it over and gets it to fall between about 3 Bulldogs. And that'll get Janice Harrington and Caitlin Bowles off the Central Hardin bench. Bowles will go to the line to serve. 18, serving 4. Kylie Corfridge up to Sydney Jones. Sets there for Ingles. Tipped at the net. Brangers dives in and gets it over the net. Sydney Jones back for Kelsey Corfridge. Tried to dump it in. Ella Lewis got to it. Simpson back for Lewis. Back line. Kylie Corfridge gets to it. Kelsey Corfridge back sets for Ridge. Back line. Brangers gets to it. Simpson going to set it up there just poked over by Harrington. Now Bowles sent over. Ingles sends it back. Bringers got to it. Bowles unable to, and a point for the Bulldogs. Sarah Jones checks back, and she'll go to the front line as Emma Ingles will go to the service line. 5 serving 18. Service fault. And that'll get Danielle Nelson off the bench as she'll go to the service line. Caroline Pruitt goes to the front line for the Bruins. 19 serving 5. And that one going to be an ace by Nelson. The Bulldogs diving for it, unable to control it. Shorter to Kelsey Corfage. Sydney Jones sends it over. Nelson to Simpson for Lewis. And a kill for Ella Lewis. 21 serving 5. Ridge to Kelsey Corfage for Sarah Jones. Back line. Bowles gets to it. Nelson. Now it'll be Ella Lewis. Sends it over back line. It's long. And it will be a point for the Bulldogs. That'll get Julie Kiter into the ball game for the Bulldogs as she'll go to the service line. Grace Powers checks back in for the Bruins, and then Kelsey Brangers comes in at libero for them. 6 serving 21. Bowles to Simpson for Harrington, blocked at the net. Ranger's going to give it right back for Harrington. This time tries to dump it over and blocked at the net by Sarah Jones and Kelsey Corfage. Point for the Bulldogs. 7 serving 21. Bowles to Simpson for Ella Lewis. So it's out, and a point for the Bulldogs. Kiter back to the line. 8 serving 21. That'll go long. The point and serve back over to the Bruins, and Michelle going to check back in. She'll go to the service line. 22 serving 8. Ingles to Kelsey Corfage. She sends it across. Bowles able to get it near the net, knocked over by Harrington. Shell sets up for Harrington down the line. Ingles gets to that one. Ridge sends it over. Simpson now for Bowles. Back for Simpson. And it goes off the front line. So Bulldogs unable to dig it out. A point for the Bruins. 23 serving 8. Floats this one over, gets it to Ingles. Corfage over, Shell to Brangers, back for Harrington. Harrington gets it over, Ingles digs that one out. And a joust at the net, won by the Bruins. And it will be game point for the Bruins, 24 serving 8. Ingles up to Corfage, dumped over. Brangers unable to get to it. And Janice Harrington actually kicked the ball. That is legal if the Bruins had played it over after that. She did not, so point over to the Bulldogs. 9 serving 24. Kelsey Corfage at the line, gets the ace. 10 serving 24. And that'll be long, and so game number 2 will go to Central Hardin as well. This one 25-10. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can always search our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC TV. Reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night at 7:30 as it'll be football action as the Elizabethtown Panthers travel to Radcliffe to take on the North Hardin Trojans. Kickoff time is scheduled for 7:30. We will take Labor Day off on Monday, but next week we'll have 4 games in a row, or 4 nights in a row. On Tuesday, it'll be boys soccer action as Elizabethtown travels to North Hardin. Scheduled start time is 7 p.m. On Wednesday night, we'll stay at North Hardin, but it'll be girls soccer action, this time as the Central Hardin Bruins go to take on the Trojans. Thursday night, it'll be volleyball action in the 17th District matchup as the Central Hardin Bruins will travel to Elizabethtown. Scheduled start time is 7:30. And then next Friday night, football action again. This time, the Pleasure Ridge Park Panthers will travel to Radcliffe to take on the North Hardin Trojans. Start time scheduled for 7:30. 2-0 here as the Central Hardin Bruins on top of the Bulldogs. They won game number 1 25-13 and then took game number 2 25-10. Again, for Central Hardin, their next game will be Tuesday night as they'll be in a 17th District matchup against the North Hardin Trojans. That will be at North Hardin. Scheduled start time is 7:30. Next Thursday night, we already mentioned it, here on HCEC TV, it'll be Central Hardin traveling to Elizabethtown. For John Hardin, their next matchup, it has at least 3 games scheduled, possibly 4 games this weekend, as they'll be at the Hilliard Lions Fall Classic at Elizabethtown. Currently, they have games scheduled at 10 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m. on Saturday. So we start game number 3. For the Bruins, it'll be Caroline Pruitt, Emma Schell, Janice Harrington, Caitlin Bowles, Allie Simpson, and Kelsey Brangers. For the Bulldogs, Sarah Jones, Autumn Frazier, Sydney Jones, Destiny Shorter, Emma Ingalls, and serving Kelsey Corfage. Simpson for that kill attempt. Dug out by Shorter. Gets it to Kelsey Corfage for Ridge. Tipped at the net. Shell gets to it. Branger's going to bump it back for Harrington. Harrington sends it over. Blocked at the net by Jones and Ridge. Point for the Bulldogs. 1 serving 0. Brangers up the Shell for Simpson. That will go out, so a point for the Bruins as Alex Lands and Tori Steele quickly off the bench for the Bruins. Lands will go to the service line. 1 serving 1. Floated that one. Sydney Jones gets to it. Corfage back for Sydney Jones. She'll go back line to Lands. Up to Shell. Sets back for Steele. And we're going to have a double hit on the Bruins. point for the Bulldogs. Kylie Corfage comes back into the ballgame for John Hardin, and she'll go to the service line, 2 serving 1. Brangers to Shell. Now Land's going to send it over. Shorter up to Corfage. Sets inside for Ingles, but down the tape. Pruitt now knocks it over for the Bruins. Of course, Corfage tries to dump it in. Brangers for steal. Kelsey Corfage with the dig. Sydney Jones outside. And that one will be a kill by Ridge as it goes off the fingertips of the front line for the Bruins. Kylie Corfage back to the line, 3 serving 1. Lands to Shell, back for steal. Ridge digs it out. We have a carry on the Bulldogs. Grace Powers back into the lineup for Central. She'll go to the front line as libero Kelsey Brangers goes to the service line, 2 serving 3. Shorter over, and Ridge and Kelsey Corfage, some miscommunication there. Ball lands between them. All tied now, 3 serving 3. Brangers to Shorter. Kylie Corfage. Now Autumn Ridge sends it over. Lands gets to it. Shell gonna bump it cross for Simpson. That goes off the front line, and a kill for Allie Simpson gives the Bruins their first lead of game number 3, 4 serving 3. Down the line, Shorter up near the net. Corfage kept it in. Sydney Jones over. Lands to Shell for Powers. Powers not able to get it past the tape. It'll be a point for the Bulldogs as Erica McLean will come in on the front line, and Autumn Ridge will go to the service line, 4 serving 4. That goes long. Ella Lewis checks in for the Bruins. Allie Simpson to the line, 5 serving 4. Ridge to Kylie Corfage. McLean sends it over. Lands up to Brangers. Outside for Ella Lewis. Across. And the Bulldogs unable to get to it. Point for the Bruins. 6 serving 4. Simpson, that goes to Ridge. Sydney Jones, Kelsey Corfage gets it over. Lands to Simpson for Lewis. Blocked at the net by Ingles. Brangers back for Lewis down the line. It goes wide, and a point for the Bulldogs. Sydney Jones to the line to serve, 5 serving 6. Lands up to Simpson. Short set inside for Powers. Lands is going to get it over after it bounces around. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Kelsey Corfage. Blocked at the net by Powers and Lewis. Ingles not able to get that one over. A point for the Bruins. And it'll be Janice Harrington and Caitlin Bowles checking into the lineup for the Bruins. Bowles will go to the line to serve. Seven serving 5. Sydney Jones, side for Kelsey Corfage. And Bowles going after it, misses it, and luckily it lands out. So a point for the Bruins. 8 serving 5. Ridge up to Sydney Jones, outside for Corfage. Corfage down the line, it's wide. Point for the Bruins. 9 serving 5. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Ingles. Simpson gets to it. Brangers. And the Bruins not able to play it out of the net. It'll be 4 hits on the Bruins and a point for the Bulldogs. That'll get Sarah Jones to the front line, and with that, Coach Reneker going to take his first timeout in game number 3. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. As we come back out of this timeout, Bulldogs will have service. Emma Ingles to the line, 6 serving 9. Brangers up to Simpson, cross for Lewis. Not able to get that one over the tape. Point for the Bulldogs. 7 serving 9. Brangers to Powers. Lewis going to send it over. Sydney Jones sets there, taking back line. Bowles unable to get to it. Point for the Bulldogs. Eight serving 9. Brangers to Simpson for Harrington. Dug there by the Bulldogs. McLean back to Ingles, sends it over. Simpson to Bowles for Harrington. Harrington trying to float it, not able to get it over the net. Point for the Bulldogs, and we're all knotted at 9 as Emma Ingles to the line for John Hardin. That'll go long. Point for the Bruins. And it is Danielle Nelson and Caroline Pruitt into the lineup for the Bruins. Nelson to the line, 10 serving 9. Ingles, as she said it, several Bulldogs were thinking another one's going to get it. Point for the Bruins, 11 serving 9. Sydney Jones up to Kelsey Corfage. Back for Jones. Nelson up to Simpson. Over for Lewis. That lands wide. Grace Powers into the lineup. And then she'll be replaced by Kelsey Brangers on the back line. Julie Kiter checks in for the Bulldogs. She goes to the service line, 10 serving 11. Into the net, point and serve over to the Bruins. And Michelle back into the lineup. She'll go to the line, 12 serving 10. Ingles to Kelsey Corfage. Sarah Jones tried to tip it over. Harrington going to send it over. Sydney Jones there. Kelsey Corfage trying to dump it in. Simpson got to it. Now Shell. Harrington going to send it back line. Dug out there. Corfage for Ridge. Blocked at the net. Ridge sends it right back up in the air. Ridge going to send this one to the back line. Bowles unable to get to it as it lands on the line. A point for the Bulldogs. I'll send the senior captain, Kelsey Corfage, to the line. 11 serving 12. Simpson to Shell, back to Simpson. That'll go off the front line. Be a point for the Bruins as Alex Lands and Tori Steele back into the lineup for Coach Reneker. lands to the service line. 13 serving 11. Into the net, service fault. Point over to the Bulldogs. And that'll send Kylie Corfage to the line. 12 serving 13. Brangers up the shell for Simpson. Shorter digs that one out, sends it all the way back over. Dug out now by Jones. She's going to send it to the back corner. Lands, gets to it. Now Shell going to send it near the net, not able to get it over, and it will be a point as it never cleared the net. Landed on the Bruins side, and now we're tied at 13 apiece as Kylie Corfage back to the line for the Bulldogs. Brangers to Shell for Simpson. Tried to dump it over, and she caught Sydney Jones and Emma Ingles on their way down. Unable to get it back over the net. Bruins now. Kelsey Brangers at the line, 14 serving 13. Sydney Jones to Corfage for Ridge. She sends it to the back line. We have a net violation on the Bulldogs. 15 serving 13. Just catching the top of the net. Ingles sends it back over. Branger's going to set up for steal. Dug there by Kelsey Corfage. Back over Grace Powers. Sends it right back at Kelsey Corfage. Not able to handle that one. Point for the Bruins. 16 serving 13. Shorter. Ingles not able to get to that one. Point for the Bruins. Bringers back to the line, 17 serving 13. Track coach Hampton going to take his first time out of game number 3. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Again, a reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night as it'll be football action as the Elizabethtown Panthers travel to North Hardin to take on the Trojans. We Paul Gray and Dan Robbins on the call. They'll come on a few minutes before 7:30 with the pregame show and then bring you all of the football action. So we come back to play. Kelsey Brangers will be at the line for the Bruins as it'll be 17 serving 13. Sydney Jones to Shorter. Ridge sends it over. Brangers up the shell. Sets in the middle. And two different players acted like the other one was going to go get it. No one does, and a point for the Bulldogs. Erica McLean back into the lineup as Autumn Ridge goes to the line to serve. 14 serving 17. That's an ace. That was in as it catches the line. 15 serving 17. Land's going to send this one back over the net, and then they kill that time by Ingles. 16 serving 17. Brangers up the shell for Simpson. Kylie Corfage gets to that one. Kelsey Corfage, now McLean sends it over. Brangers over to Shell. They send it back over for Simpson. Blocked at the net, dug out by the Bruins. Powers blocked at the net by Ingles, sent back over. Now Sydney Jones both sides. It's going to be Bruin point as it goes wide. And the Bulldogs asking if it tipped if there was a touch by the Bruins. The official conferring with the line judge. Point for the Bruins. Ella Lewis checks in for Central Hardin as Allie Simpson to the line. 18 serving 16. That'll go long. We're back to a 1-point game. Sydney Jones now to the line for the Bulldogs. 17 serving 18. And that'll go long and back-to-back service faults. Janice Harrington and Caitlin Bowles quickly off the bench for the Bruins. Harrington will go front line. Bowles will go to the service line. 19 serving 17. We're in game number 3. Central Hardin won games 1 and 2, 25-13 and 25-10. Ridge, Sydney Jones now for Kelsey Corfidge. And that one catches the line. Point for the Bulldogs. Sarah Jones checks into the lineup as Emma Ingalls will go to the line to serve. 18 serving 19. Bowles to Simpson, across for Lewis. Kelsey Corfidge for Sydney Jones. McLean not able to get that one over the net. Point for the Bruins. Caroline Pruitt will go front line. Danielle Nelson will go to the service line. 20 serving 18. Ridge to Kelsey Corfidge for Sydney Jones, sends it back line. Nelson up to Simpson for Ella Lewis. Dig out by Kelsey Corfidge. Sydney Jones back for Kelsey Corfidge. Ridge gets to that one. Jones for Sarah Jones, and the Bulldogs get the point. Grace Power officially checks in, and then it'll be Kelsey Brangers who comes in to the back line for Central, as it'll be Julie Kiter checking in for the Bulldogs. 19 serving 20. That'll catch the net. Shell's going to check in for the Bruins as Shorter checks in for the Bulldogs. 21 serving 19. Shorter over to Brangers. Now Shell back for Simpson. Back line goes off Ingalls. Unable to dig it out of the net. Point for the Bruins. Shell back to the line. 22 serving 19. Judy Lee going to check in for Ingalls. 22 serving 19. Lee to Corfidge. That was Sarah Jones, catches the back line. Point for the Bulldogs. Kelsey Corfidge to the line, 20 serving 22. Simpson to Shell. Simpson to send it over to the back line. Kelsey Corfidge gets to it, sends it back. Now Brangers to Shell for Harrington. Harrington will send it back line to Lee. Kelsey Corfidge there for Sydney Jones, dug out by Bowles. Shell out for Simpson. Off the front line, Lee gets to that one. Corfage sends it over for Ridge. Dug out by the Bulldogs, and the Bruins thought they had, as they didn't think the ball got over the net. It will be a point for the Bulldogs. 21 serving 22. Bowles to Shell for Simpson. She sends it over. Corfage to Sydney Jones. We're going to have a double hit on the Bulldogs. Steele will check in for Bowles. Harrington to the line, 23, serving 21. Sydney Jones to Corfage. Back for Sydney Jones. That goes long, and it'll be match point. 24, serving 21. Ridge up to Corfage, tries to dump it over. Steele will get it to Brangers. For Simpson. Blocked to the net, dug by Brangers. Shell sets it for Steele. Steele sends it down the line. It's long. Point for the Bulldogs. And Ingalls back into the lineup. Kylie Corfage to the line. 22 serving 24. Harrington up to Shell for Simpson. Blocked at the net, dug out by Simpson. Brangers down the line. Steele gets to it. Steele gets the final point of tonight, and so it is Central Hardin in a close game 3, winning 25-22. Takes it 3-0 over the Bulldogs. For the Central Hardin Bruins, they move to 11-3 on the season, 2-0 in district play. For the Bulldogs, they fall to 4-5 and 2-2 in district play. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Again, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night with football action at 7:30 as the Elizabethtown Panthers travel to the North Hardin Trojans. For all of our student workers that make our broadcast possible, for Reed Sampling in the truck, I am Bobby Thompson saying so long and good night.